Welcome back to my Spinetics YouTube channel. This is your host, Sith Lordly, and I'm going to run you through my CGC graded Avengers comics, of which some of them are keys and the rest are all fun, including this one here, issue number 5, going way back to 1964. We've got early appearances of all the heroes that you know and love. We've got the Lava Men, and we got Stanley and Jack Kirby, so can't go wrong with this. I picked this up at my LCS from a guy who was getting out of comics. Got a really good price on this some years back. Got the old label up here. I also bought my Kingpin comic. If you watch my Spider-Man video, I also got that from him. So got quite a few gems, but number 5 will kick us off. And then we're going to move way forward into time here to 1967, Avengers 43. We've got the first appearance of Red Guardian. Really enjoyed David Harbour's portrayal of him in Black Widow. Very entertaining. Love the floating heads look here on the cover. We've got Roy Thomas and John Buscema on the story and art. And of course, there's other facts and other talent. I'm just trying to keep it a short video, so I'm not going to go into all the details. But here, another first appearance. We will follow that up with, in a 7.0 CGC White Pages, issue 47. So we've got the first appearance of Dane Whitman, who you later know as the Third Black Knight. Regarding this comic, got to give a shout out to TiVo from Lords of the Long Box. He, for a while, was given kind of like a spec of who may appear in the MCU, etc., and gave me a heads up that I should probably get this and issue 48, and I followed his advice, and of course those books later popped off for a bit. So I purchased this online on eBay from my comic shop, and just beautiful yellow cover there. Roy Thomas again, John Buscema, of course a favorite of Lady Sith's and mine, Scarlet Witch there. So there's 47. Let's follow that up with issue 48. So there he is, Dane Whitman as the Third Black Knight. And this is a comic that I've loved all my life. I had it in my youth. And, you know, like many people, I sold my collection and got back into it a few times. I bought it again, sold it. So when I say I love it, why didn't I hold on to it? This is the best version of this comic that I've had, an 8.0. Also purchased off my comic shop from 1968. And, you know, in terms of like my personal photo album, when you say, okay, well, are there any pictures of you with comics? This is the oldest photo I have is of this comic. It's not me holding it, but it's a friend holding my issue of 48. So this has a special place for me. I used to play a lot of Dungeons and Dragons when I was a kid, and Black Knight, you know, he reminded me of D&D. D&D and comics kind of went hand in hand back then. So just really stoked to have this well preserved in an 8.0. Let's move forward here to issue 57, 1968, talking about the first appearance of Vision. And you know, I got to reference my wife, Lady Sith, again. She's a big WandaVision fan, so it's nice to have her enjoy the hobby as well. She likes all the characters, and she was especially stoked that I have this plus the first appearance of Scarlet Witch. Roy Thomas, John Buscema again on this, and from what I read, I guess it's the second appearance of Ultron as well. So 6.0, I bought this off of eBay some years back. You know, if you guys are on Instagram, like a lot of us comic book people are, at the beginning of the year, you make a post and you put like 9 comics that you want to get throughout the year, and you put like an X through the comics that you get. And this was on my list a few years ago, so I'm really glad that I took this off the hit list. Still have some out there that I need to get, like First Punisher and First Ghost Rider and First Power Man and Iron Fist, etc. But stoked to have this one. And in the interest of keeping it a short video, let's close it out with my last Avengers slab, which is issue 67. What I read was that, although it doesn't show on the label, said it's the first cover appearance of Ultron, so that's cool. And there he is, very sinister as he is, just shocking everybody. Roy Thomas, Barry Windsor-Smith on the art there with Sal Buscema. And this issue was also picked up from that same guy I bought issue 5 from at the LCS. He was getting out of comics. I'd visit the LCS every few weeks, and he'd say, this is what I've got for you today. And I'd give him the cash, and I'd walk away with a nice gem like this. So there you go, short and sweet. There's my Avengers CGC graded collection. I'll be back next week with maybe X-Men. Maybe we'll do that. I appreciate all of the support on the channel. It's really seen an uptick lately, and really stoked to be bringing you some great comic book content. Thanks so much for doing your part, and I'll catch you next time. Sith Lordly out.